My name is Sully, better known as Pius. I can help with surahs so I can recite.
My name is Suhaila, memorizing surahs, reading the Quran, and practicing the Sunnah.
My name is Mommy, better known as Ummi. Islamic education is key to the family. We tune in every day to learn something new, and Sunnahfollowers is helping us, and it could help you too. Tune in every day for new programming. Stay tuned.
And much more.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wake up in the morning, hands and feet get wet. My Lord, get wet. Get wet, my Lord. Wet, my Lord. Wet, my Lord. Wake up in the morning, hands and feet get wet. Get ready for our conversation, deep and in depth. Obligations are serious and need to be met. So I prepare so I won't forget. Go ahead and make a good intention. Yeah, yeah. You can wrap up some good things. Yeah, make a donation to the side and go from left to make it right. Just remember and don't lose sight. Jannah is the goal. Jannah is the goal. Jannah is the goal.
Hey, I got a couple questions for y'all. The first one, who is your Lord? What is your religion? Who is your prophet? Now, I know this sounds crazy, but if you're one of those people that have been trying to get information and you come across this, or even this, all right, take a listen.
Assalamu alaikum. I am Sister Laila Nasheeba, the Managing Director and Founder of Sunnahfollowers Online Islamic University. As you know, we have classes every day beginning at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we cover everything from aqeedah, which is your belief system, to seerah, which are the stories of the Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the story of the companions. Please join us every day beginning at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we are broadcasting and streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, DLive, Trovo, and Twitch. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Proper aqeedah, Quran and Sunnah, Quran and Sunnah, Minhaj and aqeedah, actions speak louder than words,
Sunnah-following kids, come with me.
Gotta work hard to get to heaven. Treat the people good like the prophet would. Proper aqeedah, Quran and Sunnah, Quran and Sunnah, Minhaj and aqeedah, actions speak louder than words,
Assalamu alaikum. This is Yusuf and this is Ayub. And if you are benefiting like we are from the classes and the ongoing programming and tuning into the Sunnahfollowers, please donate. Let this be an ongoing sadaqah jariyah on your behalf. You're helping the kids, the deaf, and everyone seeking knowledge. And it's a wealth of information every day you tune in. Don't forget, you are being rewarded for your generous donations to keep this programming on air. You know, just like what you're hearing, put your dollar where the dollar's at. Right here on Sunnahfollowers. Don't forget, donate. Right here to Sunnahfollowers and dollars Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Message from Sunnah-followers. This is from Sheikh Saleh. We need to unite. Sisters, wear your hijab, wear your beards, be proud of your beards. Stay home, stay in your home. Stand up, unite, and stand for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
That's right, Solly. We all should stand up in solidarity, not transgressing the limits of the law, but standing together with patience and understanding. This is Sunnahfollowers.
With dignity, humility, and balance.
Are you having problems maintaining your personal relationships? Maybe you think you are schizo. Or perhaps you are the narcissist. Join Dr. Daniel Abdul-Rahman McBride this Friday at 6 p.m. and learn about the self-serving left brain and its dominance in individuals with narcissism and schizophrenia. Hope to see you there.
There are so many things going on around, you must take heed. It's been written and prophesied about, so you must believe. Not everything that glitters is gold. Pay attention as it's been told.
Join us every Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern, with Brother Yusuf as he tackles and breaks down current events, current news, and politics, and the Islamic Ummah. Please join us, streaming on all major platforms. Channel Sunnahfollowers. Assalamu alaikum. Upcoming class alert. Upcoming class alert. Yeah, you heard right. We got an upcoming class alert taught by Ustada Laila Nasheeba. So stay close, because listen, it's going to be good. This series is the series on the Jinn. Please, you're going to want to listen and take some notes. Streaming on all major platforms. Once again, taught by Ustada Laila Nasheeba. Streaming on all major platforms. Channel Sunnahfollowers.
Okay. In alhamdulillah, wa salat, wa salam ala wa rasulullah. Before I get started, I just want to, you guys see I put together 2 new commercials. That's why I'm so tired. I haven't had any sleep. I want to remind everybody that this Thursday, did I put the wrong day? Yeah, I put Thursday. Thursday, Dr. McBride, inshallah, is going to be speaking about narcissism and schizophrenia. If you're a person that suffers with schizophrenia, bipolarism, or if you have a lot of narcissistic qualities about yourself, that's a sign that you're overusing the left brain. And one of the ways to help combat those problems is to strengthen the right brain. Strengthening the right brain will bring about, will bring about some type of balance so you can control those type of mental issues. So you don't want to miss that class. And I'm going to be posting the advertisement up all week to remind everybody, because a lot of you suffer with mental health issues, bipolarism, schizophrenia. I have a lot of people that are narcissistic, or maybe you're married to a person who is narcissistic. You know, you need to be at this class and hear it from an expert of the brain. Dr. McBride is a doctor, a medical doctor. You know, he specializes in the brain and all of that. So he'll be able to speak about ways to help with those issues. And also this week, coming up next week, we have a special with Brother Yusuf. Brother Youssef speaks about world events and how they are impacting us as a nation. You guys need to really pay attention to his class, because the war against Islam is here. I keep telling y'all that. You need to know what's going on around the world. And when you see what's going on around the world in regards to us as a ummah, it'll help you to submit to Allah's decree. It'll help you to see that humans are not in power. Man is not in control or in power. We are. I mean, Allah is. Allah is. We are the cause, of what Allah brings about. So we need to make sure that we pay attention in Brother Youssef's class, because it'll help you to balance out this fear that a lot of you are suffering with, this hatred against your own way of life, because you think that man is in control of what's happening. Allah is the one engineering everything. Okay? And you will see why. Because look how far away we are from practicing this religion. Look at how we're living this religion. So you don't want to miss this class. And what he's going to do this week, next week rather, he's going to do take questions. He's going to go over the news, the world events that's happening this week. He gives us an update of all the weekly events that's impacting us as an ummah. So, and after he does that, he'll take questions that we have about what's going on in the world regarding our situation as an ummah. So that's going to be Friday at 7:30. So 2 big events to look forward to this week. Dr. McBride's class on Thursday at 6, and Brother Youssef's class on Friday at 7:30. And with that said, let's get into my class for tonight. And this is our aqeedah class, and we have been discussing the Jinn, what it means to believe in the Jinn. And tonight I'm gonna soften the blow, because again, as a daya, it's our job to call you to the truth. It's our job to try to penetrate your hearts, to put that fear of Allah's punishment in your heart as a means of getting you to submit to him. But you don't want to put all this fear. You have to balance it out with love and hope. And so tonight's lecture on the Jinn, I'm going to speak about their weaknesses. So that way you will see that there's no reason for any of us to fear the Jinn. Even though the Jinn have more skills than we have physically, and we cannot see them, but they have the advantage because they can see us. We still have no reason to fear them. So tonight's lecture will, inshallah, give you that hope so you can balance things out, and you just simply live your life as a Muslim, obeying Allah, doing what Allah commanded, and recite the Falak, the Nas, and the Ikhlas every day, and then you're good to go, inshallah. So let's put the PowerPoint up on the screen. And tonight I'm going to start off with a quiz, just 3 or 4 questions. It's not going to be an in-depth quiz. At least I did not plan for it to be. Hopefully, if you guys have been paying attention in the class yesterday, you should be able to answer these questions, and we can get right through it. Yeah, hold on, let me make it bigger. So again, tonight we're going to be covering the weaknesses and inabilities of the evil Jinn. But first, let's start off with this question here. And again, we talked about how the Prophet, this is a hadith, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, Shaitan runs runs through a man's body, like blood runs through his veins. Shaitan flows through the body of a man or a woman, just as a woman or man's blood runs through their veins. Who can tell me what's the meaning of this hadith? Give me the meaning of this hadith. Who can get to explain what this hadith means? Break it down. Break down the meaning. What is the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam saying in this hadith? What does it mean? People on YouTube, yes, type your answers. People in my Zoom room, wake it up. Okay, let me go look at my Zoom room and wake these people up. All right, let's start down here at the bottom. Tony, what is the meaning of this hadith? Sabrine, what is the meaning of this hadith? I'm doing roll call so y'all can see all these people in here, but they ain't paying me no attention. Precious, what is the meaning of this hadith?
It means that Shaitan is constantly trying to provoke you to do bad things. Like he's never going to leave you alone. He's going to keep trying to provoke you to doing stuff that you shouldn't be doing.
What do you guys think about her answer?
I agree.
Good job. MashaAllah. Good job, Precious. And also Aya. Good job, Aya. Exactly. All the Prophet is basically saying here is that we're never protected from the jinn. You know, that personal jinn that's assigned to us, its job is to do everything in its power to take us to the hellfire with it. So they're constantly going to be playing on you. They know what your strengths are. They know what your weaknesses are. They know what your desires are. So they're going to keep tempting you to disobey Allah. They're going to continue to tempt you to do things that you shouldn't do. Exactly, Brother Edward. The jinn never sleep. And we talked about that. That's another hadith. The jinn never sleep. We have to always be on guard against ourselves. Good job, Sister Sakina. Good job, Sister Mina. MashaAllah, everybody got that right. Okay, let's look at the next question. What about this? What form do the believing jinn take if they end up wandering into the house of a person? If there were a believing jinn in your house.
A snake.
Okay, what do you guys think about our answer? MashaAllah, good job. A snake. You know, things happen. Maybe you remember, guys, the jinn live in abandoned houses. Maybe you moved into your house and that it was a jinn and his family living there. So you move into the house and you see a snake and his little babies. Oh yeah, that's a jinn, possibly a believing jinn. How can you tell if it's a believing jinn? Can anybody answer that? What is it that Islam teaches us in these cases? If we happen to stumble.
Believing jinn does not stay around you. They'll get away from you because they know they can harm you and you eat you. Yeah.
And how will they get away from you?
They'll leave.
Okay, is that the hadith, guys? Who can get the hadith? If you do happen to come into your house and see a snake in there, how do you know if it's a believing snake or not? Y'all are never going to get this right. What is the hadith that speaks about a snake in your house? Y'all forgot that? Pathetic. You all are pathetic.
And you command him 3 times to leave, and if he don't leave, then you can kill him.
There you go. That's all. You guys need to wake up in this Zoom room. Exactly. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, if you come home and find a snake in your house, you tell it to leave 3 times. If it's a believing jinn, it's going to leave. because a believing jinn obey Allah. Perhaps he was living there, or perhaps he wondered. He came into the house to get warm or to keep his family warm. Or maybe he found some food in your house. He chased a rat and the rat came in there. Yeah, jinns eat rats, snakes eat rats, and he couldn't get out. Okay, so the prophet said you tell it to leave 3 times and then it'll leave. If it doesn't leave, then it's not a believing jinn. If it doesn't leave, then that's one of the evil jinn. And then you can take it out. Does everybody understand? And also, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam told us how to recognize instantly a evil jinn in the form of a snake. What form of a snake would that evil jinn take? Nobody remembers the difference? What type of snake would that evil jinn become? Rattlesnakes don't even live in Saudi Arabia. There's no hadith that mentions a rattlesnake. Come on, guys. Exactly, Carol. The prophet said it'll have 2 streaks on its back. 2 streaks on its back. Exactly. 2 stripes. Exactly. 2 stripes on its back. Okay? So if you come into your house, and by the way, those snakes don't live in this part of the world. They live in the Middle East. And you see a snake with 2 black stripes on it down its back, then that's when you know that it's an evil jinn. Okay? So does that mean that we kill all snakes that we see? No. The only ones we kill are the ones with the black streaks, or if you tell a snake to leave and it doesn't leave, then you have the right to protect yourself. Okay? If something comes into your house uninvited and it won't leave, you can take it out. Self-preservation. Does everybody understand that hadith? Okay. What about this question? What other forms can the jinn take when they enter your home? They doesn't have to just be the form of a snake. What other form can the jinn take when they enter your home?
To look like a spirit or a ghost.
That's when you're sleeping, but that's something a little different. I'm talking about when they come into your home. What if a jinn wants to come into your home, follow you into your home? What other type of animal can it take? We're talking about the animals. Animal can it take?
A dog, rat, or snake. Rat or mice.
Yes.
A lizard.
Basically any type of animal. They can take on a lot of animal forms. Exactly, a cat. What kind of cat? Can they take on the form of any cat, or what kind of, because cats are so beautiful.
They take on the form of a black cat.
Yes, the black cat. That's where all that superstitious crap comes from about black cats. They mix this slime with it and make up superstitions. The black cat. The jinn wouldn't take on the appearance of a beautiful white lion or anything like that, or a white cat. They would take on the form of a black cat. An old scrawny black one. And you'll be able to tell because they look weird. It doesn't even look like a Burmese. I'm not talking about a Burmese. Burmese are dark brown in color. No, it'll take on a jet black cat, but it would look weird. It wouldn't look like a beautiful, like my Evander. I had a Persian. I had a thoroughbred black long-haired Persian. He was beautiful, Evander. Evander died. May Allah make him an intercessor for me. My poor baby died in my arms before I moved back to Cleveland. Yeah, he'd been dead about 4 years. Y'all remember Evander? He been dead 4 years. He was all black, green eyes, black Persian. No, they would take on, it would be a funny looking, you would tell, you would feel the evil from it. And by the way, when the jinn do take on the form of a human or an animal, there's an evil eminence you'll be able to sense. You'll be able to feel it. If you a person that believes in Allah, you would be the evil would just be unbearable. You can, because I encountered that before, you know, you would be able to feel it. It's just like, wow, something ain't right here, man. You evil. You'll be able to feel it. Okay. Exactly. They can also take on a cockroach. Exactly. Cockroaches, rats, mice. Exactly. Any of that type of stuff when they want to come in your house. Because remember, we can't see the jinn in their original form, but they can transform into these other creatures and have you twisted. And last question. What is the jinn most favorite form? What's their most favorite form to take? What is the most popular form that the jinn like to take? They like to take this form more than anything else. It's their favorite form. What form is it?
Is it to the form of a human?
No, not that. No, the human's not their favorite. They only do that when they want to scare you. The jinn that do that, they do that if they want to try to run you out their house. If you move into a new house and you seeing ghosts and you hearing stuff like that, they only take on those type of forms to scare you. They'll take a dead relative, but no, their most favorite form is what? Anybody else? Good job, Tajri. The dog. Yeah, what kind of dog? Just any dog?
Black dog with the white on his forehead, I think it is.
Okay, and now if you see a black dog with the white, is that any jinn or is that a particular jinn?
That dog is Shaitan.
Right, that's Shaitan. No, so that when you see,
Laila, that's a Yorkie. That sound like Yorkies.
Well, you better get rid of it. That's why now you see why we don't have dogs. But anyway, if you see a dog that's jet black with just that white spot, that is Iblis himself. But what color dog? They take a black dog, all black, not the black with the white spot. If you know, they love to take on the form of an all black dog. For example, how many of you seen that movie, The Omen? A lot of these movies are based on real life stuff. And if you notice the people that make those movies like The Exorcist, The Omen, look at the producers, look at the directors. You will see a lot of Arabic names. How many of you knew that? A lot of Arabic producers. They make these movies, and mix Islam with that stuff. So if you notice with The Omen and stuff, he was guarded by black Doberman pinchers, remember? Black Dobermans. Yeah, black Dobermans. One of the writers of The Omen, 1, 2, and 3 is a Muslim. He's a Muslim. He's from Egypt. He's a Muslim film writer. That's why in all those Omen movies, he put the guards, the dogs, as black. Dober, whatever you call them. Exactly. So again, that's the form that they really, or it could be a wolf. Exactly. I love wolves, but I'm gonna tell you, I'd run away from a black wolf because wolves are dogs too. A black wolf, that could be a jinn, and the jinn live in the woods. They live in the mountains. If you camping at night and you hear all that howling, and you look up and it's a black wolf, you in the jinn territory. He's probably trying to get you to get out of his area because he got children. Yeah, the jinn have children. So a lot of Muslims will tell me how they'll go camping, and they hear the howling at night.
You know, and then black wolves will come out. Yeah, you in their territory. They trying to scare you out. That's some jinns that took the appearance of a black dog because you too close to their home. They got babies that's playing, and you don't want to step on one of their babies and not know that you did. You don't want to throw your fire log or throw a rock and you hit one of their children. So to be nice, because these are not the evil jinn. To be nice, they transform into a black wolf. And they'll come out and go, get out of here. My children are playing. Okay? That happens. That happens a lot. And a lot of Muslims know it. The brothers I know some brothers who are like me, they do dawah. And they like to go out and they say, Sister Laila, girl, we saw one of your black wolves. They know I love wolves, but I don't like the black wolf. I'm a white wolf person, you know, and I like the gray wolves. I know the black wolves, you in their territory. That's a jinn telling you, brother, you better take that campfire somewhere else, because you step on one of my kids or you burn down my children, I'm coming to haunt you. And we're going to talk about that in another class, because the jinn do haunt you. A lot of people wonder, you know, what happens? I come back from camping and all of a sudden somebody is in my house. I hear footsteps at night. I hear doors slamming. Oh yeah, some jinn getting ready to get their retribution out on you because you took your behind camping and you was throwing rocks out in the woods and you hit somebody's baby. And now they coming to terrorize you. Oh, they do that. Does everybody understand that? Okay, so that's the most favorite form they like to take is a black dog. And that black dog can be a black, anything in the dog family, a black wolf, a black hyena. We got people that go out in the desert and they'll see black hyenas howling and whooping around. Get away from us. You get away from my children. Okay? Yeah, anything that's in the dog family. Exactly. Good job. And also, who can tell me why is it that if they really want to make a statement, they take the color black? Can anybody tell us that? Why the color black? Why not white? Why would they not take on the appearance of a white wolf or a gray wolf? Why would they take black? Can anybody tell me? What's so special about black? Even with the cat. Why is it if they're going to transform into a cat, they're going to transform into a black cat, not a white cat? If they're going to transform into a dog, a black dog, not a white dog. If they're going to transform into a hyena, a black hyena. What's so special about black, guys? Can anybody remember? Because what?
Because they want to scare you.
Yeah, but why? What's the point? No, what's the point of the black color? Why not white? Okay, what Mina got it right on Twitch. The reason why is because black is a form of power. Black is the darkest heat of the hellfire. This is what Ibn Taymiyyah, may Allah be pleased with him. Now, this is not from the Prophet. I want to get this clear. This is from Ibn Taymiyyah's treatise on the jinn. That's his opinion. He says that the reason that they choose black is because the most hottest part, the purest part of the hellfire is black. That's the hottest part. So they'll take on black because that's a statement. Everybody understand that? That's Ibn Taymiyyah. And I want y'all to remember that's Ibn Taymiyyah's view. That's not from the Prophet Muhammad, nor is it from Ibn Abbas or none of the companions. This is from Ibn Taymiyyah. May Allah be pleased with him. He was one of the early scholars. Okay? That's just his opinion. There's no factual statement to that, but that's what he says. Okay? But black. But anyway, that's the color. Most of the time it's black. Yes. Exactly. You brothers got it. Okay, so these are the things that we talked about the jinn. And of course, that's kind of scary. It happens. You know, you're human. Just be careful when you go camping in the woods. When you brothers go camping in the woods or in the desert, whenever you go anywhere where the jinn live, make sure that you behave. Don't just sit there throwing rocks for no reason, because you might hit somebody's baby. Okay? Don't sit there just shooting arrows in the air. Maybe you should, cause some of the jinn fly. Maybe you shot an arrow up in the sky to be silly and you hit somebody's baby that was flying. Yes, they could take on the appearance of a crow. When y'all see, when they, normally, this is Ibn Taymiyyah's opinion, but I kind of agree with him on this. If they're going to take on any animal, it's usually black, because black is strength and power. Maybe you was out in the woods acting stupid, shooting BB guns. You got to be careful shooting them BB guns out in the woods. You shot a black crow. That was somebody's baby flying. So they'll follow you home. Oh yeah, they'll fly and follow you home. Find out where you live. And then you wonder, and you don't pray. You one of those Muslims that ain't practicing right. Or you do pray, you do fast, but you smoke weed. Remember, guys, none of your good deeds are accepted if you're deliberately, intentionally disobeying Allah. You one of those brothers that can't stop smoking marijuana. You one of those brothers or sisters that smoke cigarettes. You one of those brothers or sisters that chew tobacco. So that means ain't none of your good deeds being accepted by Allah. So they're going to follow you home. You killed or hurt one of their babies, and they going to terrorize you. Oh yeah, and they do it all the time. They going to scare the lights out of you. So be careful. That's why even the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam told the companions, don't be just throwing rocks. Don't be just shooting arrows at nothing for no reason. You can't see what I see, he told them. You can't see what I see. Because some of the companions were young and used to be silly too. You're going to have somebody terrorizing you. And Allah ain't protecting you because you can't let go of that marijuana. Or you ain't wearing a veil. Or you fornicating. It's powerful. Yeah. Okay, what is it, Brother Amir? Brother Amir say, Sister Laila, I've never heard anybody explain it like this before. I say, yeah, this is the truth. Plain, simple, grassroots English. No Arabic. I ain't got to use no Arabic here. You don't speak Arabic, telling you in your language. Don't be throwing rocks and shooting off BB guns in the woods and stuff. People love their kids. They love their cheering like you love yours. All right. So now I'm going to soften this stuff up. And I gave you a clue for tonight's lecture. Even though the jinn can transform, they're stronger than us, they can travel fast, they can see us, we can't see them, they can terrorize the heck out of you, but only a certain people they can do that to. So let's take a look at this. Yeah, I'm gonna make the screen larger. Let me, and by the way, screenshot this for the kids. Let me close up the Zoom room. Yeah, I had to open it up to get them to get on that mic, you know, every night. The old ladies. By the way, guys, please make sure I did put out the shorts for Dr. McBride's class and Dr. Jamali's and Brother Muhammad Ziada. I haven't done my Q&A shorts yet. You women, y'all gave me a run for the money. But that video is out. It's called the Old Ladies from the Zoom Room Strike Back. Did y'all see that name on Fresno? Did you see that's the name I put that Q&A? Geechee, did y'all see the name I gave the Q&A for this Friday? I named it Ask Sister Laila Live, episode 96. The Old Women from the Zoom Room Strike Back. That's the name of it. Because y'all had me with them crazy questions, man. All right. So anyway, make sure y'all look at that. That's the edited video. Okay, but here we go. Let's take a look at this about the Jinn for tonight. Hold on here. Make it larger for myself. Now, again, guys, even though Allah has given the Jinn all these abilities and stuff, in many aspects, they are still weak. They're not as strong as you may think. Listen to what Allah says in the interpretation, the meaning. The plan of Shaitan is weak. So even though they have supernatural abilities and power and all that stuff, they're still weak. And number one, Allah did not give Iblis nor any of the Jinn. He did not give them the ability to compel us. What does that mean? This is the difference between Islam and the old man, Christianity. The Christians say the devil made me do it. The Jinn make me do it. No, 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 no. Allah lets us know that's not true. Allah is just. Allah is all about balance. Allah tells us that the Jinn and Shaitan, they cannot force us to do anything. Listen to what he says in the interpretation, the meaning. My faithful servants, you will have no power over them, and your Lord serves as their guide. So this is important. This is extremely important, and that's why y'all picked up on it, hopefully. It's all about practicing this religion. It's all about not just being a Muslim in name. Just because you call yourself a mufti, because you say you know how to sing the Quran, and by the way, bro, you better get those dells and thous. It ain't auzu. You better twist your tongue around. It's not auzu. It's audu. Okay, this for the brother that the mufti is back. You know. Yeah, the mufti sent me a recording. He said that he's a mufti and he was reciting Quran. Girl, it's Dr. Asim needs to work on your tajweed, bro, because you got ZZZ going all over the place. It's not auzu. Okay, but anyway, different topic. Check out Dr. Asim's Quran tajweed class. You know, you need to learn how to pronounce properly. To be a mufti, you got to know that pronunciation. All right. So, but the thing is, Allah lets it be known that for those of us who practice our religion, who are not deliberately, intentionally disobeying Allah, Shaitan has no power over us. Your personal Jinn, he has no power. All they can do is whisper. And that's what your personal Jinn does. He gives you suggestions and whispers. Allah is our protector. That's why we have to be careful to not intentionally disobey him. Because whenever you intentionally disobey Allah, you leave that umbrella of protection. And you keep that you now are open to the Jinn. You brothers and sisters need to stop smoking cigarettes. Cigarettes is haram. You should not be smoking. Allah is not accepting any of your prayers. Allah is not accepting your charity. And Allah is not protecting you from your Jinn because you are deliberately in denial against his commands. Also, Allah says, and Shaitan indeed found his calculation true about them. So because they followed him, he's talking about the humans. When Allah kicked Iblis out of paradise and put him here on earth, Iblis swore that he would take to the hellfire with him as many humans as he could. And Allah told him, but you have no power over them. Only the ones that are not in obedience to me. Only the ones who are in denial of me. So Allah is saying here, Iblis indeed found his calculation true because they followed him. All of them followed him except for a few true believers. He had no power over them at all. So Allah is letting it know, guys, if you are fulfilling your obligations to him, to Allah, you're staying away from the things Allah commanded you to stay away from, you don't have to worry about the jinn. That's why I tell y'all, I fear a lot of stuff, but it ain't no jinn. I'll kick a jinn's butt. I've kicked their butts in the past. I worked in the jinn field for 36 years. I put them down. Okay? They're weak. They're weak against those of us who truly believe in Allah, and we're doing what we're supposed to do. Let me share something with you guys. I remember one time when I was at work, the time for Isha had come in because I worked third shift. This was during the summer. And I remember I said, okay, I got to make Salah. I got to make Isha. But I kept putting it off. I ended up filing grievances. I went on union time and I was doing this, doing that in the union office. Next thing I knew, the sun was up. I can't really say that I forgot to pray Isha because I kept saying, oh, I got to make Isha. You know how you say, but man, let me do this first. Oh, I got to make Isha. Oh, let me do this first. Oh, I got to make Isha. Let me do this first. And next thing I knew, the sun is up. So I said, man, I done messed up. I didn't make Isha on time. So I left the union office and went back to my cottage that I worked on. Boy, soon as I walked in the door, one of my clients jumped and lunged at me. Boy, I didn't have a chance to defend myself. She was on me. And she was trying to bite me. She was going right for my face. She would have taken a chunk, because this was a biting jinn. She would have taken my face out if not one of my coworkers said, oh, shoot, Laila, and came and got her off of me. But you know what I said? I said, that's because I kept putting off making Isha. And I missed Fajr too, because the sun was up. So I never did that again. I never put off my prayers like that at work. Working third shift is a trip, man. But I said, I'm going to make my Isha as soon as it come in because I don't know when these jinns are going to be up. And I never, I don't know how I missed Fajr like that. I was just caught up in the writing grievances. So I'm going to tell you guys, and when that happened, I thought about this verse. Shaitan, he can only hurt those of us who are doing sin. Now, if I missed a prayer and a jinn lunged at me and almost took my cheek out, what does that say about you Muslims who smoking cigarettes? You smoking marijuana? You fornicating? You talking to men on the internet? This is haram. You knew shahada women. Ain't no boyfriends in Islam. Y'all got to stop having relationships with these dudes. This is haram. You're fornicators. You're prostitutes. A jinn tried to take my face off because I became remiss in one prayer. What does that say about you who's doing all this other stuff? Okay? So Allah lets it be known, you know, the jinn only have power over those of us who are committing sin or don't believe in Allah. Okay? Even Shaitan knows that. And we've talked about this before. On the day of judgment, Shaitan will have his grand stay. Also, Allah says in the interpretation, the meaning, my Lord, Shaitan said, my Lord, because you have sent me astray, I shall make beautiful the path of sin for them on the earth, and I shall mislead them, every single one of them, except for those of them who are devoted to you. So Shaitan knows who to go after. Like I told you guys, a lot of y'all think, Shaitan, he don't waste his time on peasants like us. He tries to take down the big real scholars, okay? And he sits back waiting to see them slip up. If one of the scholars slipped up and smoked some weed, oh, that's when he'll attack them, okay? And the jinn, the ifrit, they sit back just like their master Iblis, okay? They sit back watching and waiting for stupid humans like us to make a mistake, to listen to our personal jinn that's assigned to us, because the jinn communicate with each other. Your personal jinn will communicate. You outside barbecuing. You don't know what's around you. Your personal jinn may see some of his brothers out there, walking and say, hey, y'all want to possess somebody? Y'all want to hurt somebody? This stupid person I'm assigned to, she ain't wearing hijab. She doesn't wear hijab to work. She claims she's a Muslim. She knows the truth, but she ain't practicing. So y'all can just make beautified to her the men, of the earth and get her to fornicate. They communicate with each other like that. So that's why it's important, guys, to practice your religion. And that's why you will hear me. I'm always telling y'all, I stay in my house because I don't fear the jinn, but I know what they can do. I don't want to give them a chance to try to have me slip up. They had me slip up at work that day where I put my grievances before Allah and almost lost my cheek as a result. But never again. That's why your home is better for you sisters. A lot of you sisters like to hang out at henna parties. Oh, yeah. I don't do henna parties. I got a couple of sisters that text me, wanted me to come to a henna party. One of you came over to my house. I didn't answer the door. I don't do henna parties. I don't party. All I do is dawah. I'm a dawah queen. I'm dawah, 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 dawah. Dawah is my name. Okay? Because I'm not going to be put in a situation where the jinn shaitan or one of those ifrit trying to take me down because I'm out decorating henna. Are you crazy? There's better things for me to do. I made a video. I didn't go to the henna party. I made 3 videos about Islam last night. So, Shaitan, his mastery is over those humans and those jinn who are pleased with his ideas. Okay? His mastery is over those humans and those jinns who listen to the whispers and disobey Allah. As Allah says in the interpretation of meaning, as for my servants, you have no power over any of them except for those who follow you. So for you Muslims, like the nurses, we got these nurses. They know it's haram. It's haram. They've been told it's haram to do what they're doing, but they're going to tell me that they talk to the higher up scholars. There is no scholars over Allah. Allah says you cannot take another person's life unless it's for those circumstances he mentioned. You want to disobey Allah and follow your desires, and you've fallen victim to Iblis. He has power over you women to the point where you are committing one of the worst sins. You're violating the 10 commandments. You are a victim of Iblis. Y'all see that? And on the day of judgment, this is the grandstand that Iblis will have. He will say, Oh, you people, Allah promised you a promise of truth. And I made promises to you, but I failed you. But guess what? I had no power over you. All I could do was call you to me. You chose to obey me. I cannot help you people, nor can you help me. That's the last thing Iblis will say before he enters the hellfire. He will turn and face all the stupid humans and jinn that obeyed him and say, don't blame me. All I did was make suggestions. You chose to listen to me. Just like you can't blame Allah. You can't say the reason why you smoke weed is because Allah decreed it. No, he didn't decree for you to smoke weed. You chose that for yourself. He just knew that that would be your choice, and that's why you were written in his book as a denizen of the hellfire. Okay? So we can't blame Allah for our choices in life, nor can you blame Iblis. And I hope this is clear. Again, as Allah says, his power is only over those who make him an ally. His power is only over those who ascribe partners to Allah. So you weed smokers, you fornicators, you sinful Muslims, you are allies of Shaitan. Remember, we did that class. Who are the allies of Allah? Who are the allies of Shaitan? Allah says the allies of Allah are those who are obedient to him, who do the deeds that are pleasing to him, who fulfill their obligations. And if they make a mistake, they quick to turn back and repent. Who are the allies of Shaitan? They're the ones that give in to their desires, give in to their wants, and disobey Allah. Y'all see that? So those are the people that need to fear the jinn. You brothers that's smoking weed, drinking alcohol, you sisters who are not wearing hijab, you the ones need to fear the jinn, not the rest of us. And again, he uses seduction and misguidance to lead you astray. That personal jinn assigned to you will stir up emotions in your heart that they know you like and you want to experience to get you to disobey Allah. As Allah says in the Quran, in the interpretation, the meaning, do you not see that we have set the devils on the unbelievers to confound them with confusion? Your personal jinn is using your emotions against you. Your personal jinn knows that you're lonely. Your personal jinn knows that you want to have sex. Your personal jinn knows that you wish you was a Kardashian. So he's using those emotions to confuse you and confound you. And you fall for it. Why? Out of ignorance. Because you don't believe in the lordship of Allah. Everything goes back to that Tawheed or Rububiyyah. You don't understand the lordship of Allah. You don't believe in the lordship of Allah, or you deny his lordship in one way or another. So that's what your personal jinn plays on you with. He uses your emotions against you to get you to disobey Allah. And that's why the class with Dr. McBride is so important. And that's why none of you, I want all of you to be here this Thursday, because Dr. McBride is going to speak about the left brain. Those of us who suffer with depression, those of us who are always sad, these are people that don't utilize the right side of the brain. The right side of the brain is connected, the whole brain is connected to the heart. The right side is connected to that part of the heart that the angel is in. Remember that we all have an angel assigned to our heart and a jinn. The right side of the brain, that's the moral compass. That's this part that makes us think, wow, this is bad. This ain't good for me. I shouldn't do it. It's connected to the heart, to the part where the angel is at. That angel that's trying to get you to do right. The left side of the brain, that's the side of the brain that's your personal Jinn work. That's why you want to be here for Thursday's class. You want to be here for all the classes that Dr. McBride is doing on the brain, because he's teaching you how to control your Jinn. Everything as Sunnahfollowers connects. It interlocks. It connects. I'm giving you the Islamic verses, the Hadith, and he's showing you the way. So if you one of those women who's always depressed, always sad, always angry, never happy, that means you haven't balanced the right side of your brain to the left. You're too busy letting your personal Jinn control that. People with bipolarism, people with schizophrenia, your Jinn has that left brain going. You're ignoring that angel. He's going to teach you how to balance it, how to knock that Jinn out the way and listen to that angel. There's no cure for schizophrenia, okay? Allah is the one that sends sickness, but you can strengthen it. You can take the medication and strengthen that right side of your brain. If you're one of those sisters that's always depressed and anxious, you need to strengthen your brain and balance it out, okay? So I want y'all to remember that. The left side of the brain, that's the part that connects to the Jinn assigned to your heart. The right side of the brain, that's the brain, the side that's connected to the angel. And we're doing jihad and nafs. We're fighting between them all the time. Allah is Akbar, isn't he? The way Allah has designed us, it's Akbar. Okay? So let's get back to this. So don't miss Thursday's class with Dr. McBride, especially with Ramadan coming up. Okay, so Shaitan's power is not due to any proof or argument, but it's simply because the actions that he calls you to do are based on your desires, your wishes. Your Jinn can't make you sad. Your Jinn can't make you depressed. All he can do is try to get you to focus on the negative things in your life to do that. Your Jinn can't make you stop taking your medicine. Your Jinn can't do that, but all he can do is whisper and tell you medicine ain't good for you. You don't need this medicine. You ain't crazy. And in your desires, you don't want to take the medicine. You want to be normal. So again, this is the power. It's not power through argument, but it's simply he's calling you to what he knows your weaknesses are as a human being. Your personal Jinn knows you as if you know yourself. Okay? But you remember you got that angel too. That angel knows you too. We need to start listening to that angel. That angel's the one telling you take your medicine. That angel's the one telling you calm down. The angel is the one telling you, girl, you get busy, take up a hobby. Learn to accept the qadr of Allah. All that glitters is not gold. Okay? So, Shaitan, your personal Jinn, he'll do everything, to control those emotions, to get you out of whack. But again, he cannot force you. You chose to stop the medication. You chose to have sex out of wedlock. You chose to smoke that weed. Okay? Finally, Allah has also told us He always gives us parables. He always gives us examples. Allah will tell us what to do, what not to do, and then he'll give us an example of a person that didn't listen and what happened to them. And that's how we're supposed to be as daya, as a caller. I'm going to tell you what Allah said not to do, what Allah said you should do, and I'm going to give you examples as to how the companions implemented it. See, we all follow the same science. We all follow the same science. So Allah has told us about a person who was given the signs of Allah, who was aware of them, but still Shaitan got the better of that person. Shaitan seduced that person, misled that person, and that person became an example for others. Listen to what Allah says and the interpretation, the meaning. Tell them the story of the one whom we gave our revelations to. In other words, this is a man who knew right from wrong. He knew what Allah said. He knew what's lawful and he knew what was unlawful. But instead of him listening to Allah, he sloughed them off. Like many of you doing. You know smoking cigarettes is haram. You know not wearing hijab is haram. You know fornication is haram. You know taking people's life is haram. But you still just doing it. So Allah says Shaitan overtook this man. And this man became one of those who was led astray. And Allah goes on to say, if we wanted to, we could have raised that man. But instead, that man clung to the earth, the life of this world, and followed his own desires, just like you. If Allah wanted to, yes, he could make you, he could snap his finger and make it so you never want to smoke weed again. But that ain't what Allah chooses to do. No, Allah created you and me to make our own choices. Allah didn't create us to be like the angels. He created you and me, and we took that free will to make our own choice. So Allah ain't going to make the choice for you. He's going to sit there and watch, see what you do, even though he knows. So Allah said with this man, he sat there, and the man followed his own desires. So Allah says this man is like a dog. If you attack him, he'll paint and loll out his tongue. If you leave him to himself, he still paints and lolls out with his tongue. He said, this is like the person, this man denied our signs. This is a person that knew the truth. He knew what was lawful, knew what was unlawful, knew the punishment, knew that the punishment would be the hellfire. So Allah says, so tell them the story of this man. So maybe they'll think, maybe they'll learn. You see that? These are the parables Allah gives us. How many of us are like this man here? You know the lawful, you know the unlawful, you know what you're doing is wrong, but you just like a dog. You know, you giving into your desires, you giving into your wants, not your needs, your wants, your desires. So Allah is just going to leave you there to yourself. So if Allah leaves you to yourself, who steps in? Shaitan steps in. And Shaitan is going to make you even worse than that dog. He's going to take you down to a cockroach now, because sins are the stepping stones to other sins. You smoking marijuana now, he's going to have you doing that crack next. Then he's going to have you fornicating next. Then he's going to have you back out selling drugs next. Then he's going to have you in the penitentiary or the grave next. Stepping stones, like a dog. So, you know, this is what I wanted to share today. Even though Shaitan and the Jinn have all this ability and strength, they have no power over us. The only people that they can prey upon are those of us who are not practicing our religion, Those of us who are deliberately, intentionally committing sin. And I use the word deliberately, intentionally, because a lot of people commit sin and don't know it. For example, the one sister, she became Muslim. She didn't know that it was haram to smoke. That was Sister Sandra. That was last year. When Sandra came to my class and found out that smoking cigarette was haram, she stopped. She said, but Laila, I need help. So I told her, this was during Ramadan. She went and I told her, get the Nicoderm patches. Come to my classes every day. Take them patches and put them on, and you're going to kick this habit. And she did. She ain't smoked since. So again, the key is those people who knowingly, deliberately, intentionally are disobeying the law. Those are the people that Shaitan has power over. Not the power to make you do anything, but the power to seduce you. The power to make the life of this world more than what it is, like those nurses. You know how much money those nurses get paid? My daughter's a nurse. My daughter told me, she said, Mom, you know the nurses that work doing hospice, they make big money. I'm talking $100 and something an hour. That's why they doing it. They taking the lives for that money. It's all about them $3,000, $4,000 paychecks. It's called blood money. Blood money. Shaitan can really confound you and make you cling to this earth where you taking all these lives while you living high off the hog, but wait till death overtakes you. Sad thing. All right. Okay, I'm going to stop right here. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Any questions or comments? Questions or comments? Yeah, I didn't have any sleep today. And by the way, let me put this, you don't want to miss Thursday's class with Dr. McBride. Let me show y'all. This is what his class is going to be about. Y'all look at I made this commercial. That's why I ain't had no sleep. Where is it at? Which one is him? This one here. Here it is. Are you having problems maintaining your personal relationships? Maybe you think you are schizo. Or perhaps you are the narcissist. Join Dr. Daniel Abdul Rahman McBride this Friday at 6 p.m. and learn about the self-serving left brain and its dominance in individuals with narcissism and schizophrenia. Hope to see you there. Okay, yeah, so that's Friday, guys. Yeah, we're going to talk about it. Yeah, if you got those schizophrenia, depression, narcissism, all of that is because of this left side. You got that Jinn. You're allowing your personal Jinn to control that left side of your brain. You have to balance it. You got to let that angel come in on the right side to balance it out. Yeah. Exactly. Any questions? Oh, that's Thursday. I'm sorry. Yeah, Friday is Brother Yusef. By the way, let me show y'all Yusef too. Brother Yusef's commercial too. Brother Yusef is Friday, but this Dr. McBride is Thursday. Let me show y'all Brother Yusef's commercial too. I just put it up. Where is he at?
There are so many things going on around, you must take heed. It's been written and prophesied about, so you must believe. Not everything that glitters is gold. Pay attention as it's been told.
Join us every Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern with Brother Yusuf as he tackles and breaks down current events, current news, and politics, and the Islamic Ummah. Please join us, streaming on all major platforms. Channel Sunnahfollowers.
Yeah, Dr. McBride is Thursday. And I'm going to try to keep Dr. McBride's commercial going. And I'm going to post it up because I want y'all to be here for that class so we can learn how to balance that right brain. And by the way, I put his shorts out. The lecture that Dr. McBride gave this Thursday about the right brain, I did post those shorts out. Please go to my YouTube channel and click where it says shorts and look at the shorts. That's an introduction to what he's going to be speaking about this week. Last week, he talked about how the right brain, this is the moral compass. That's the side of the brain that the angel of, that's connected to the angel of the heart. That's the side of the brain that's telling you, you know, this is good for you. This is not good for you. Don't do this. Don't do that. Okay? That's the part of your brain that's connected to the angel that's telling you, no, look at yourself. You don't want to end up making yourself worse off. Okay? So those shorts are on my YouTube channel. Please click on the tab that says shorts and watch them. And that way you'll be ready for this Thursday, inshallah. All right, guys. We got one more class for tonight. I haven't heard from Dr. Jamali, but we got Jamali's class, right? Fame. Is Anissa here? Y'all know we got Jamali at 8 o'clock. So y'all be a bit, huh?
I don't know if he's coming in. Is he coming?
I got him on the schedule. This is Saturday, right?
Yeah, it's supposed to be.
Yeah, I haven't had no sleep, but but just be here because he should be here 15 minutes. Who's Awa? Yeah. Awa. One of y'all got to have it.
I'm here.
Oh, you'll be able to do the Quran?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I don't know what he's doing or
he stopped off at 24.
24, right? In our Bakra. Okay. I think we did 25.
Yeah, we'll start at 25. Yeah. That'll be in 15 minutes. Okay, guys, I'm going to log out. I'll be back, inshallah, in 15 minutes. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.